AITA for telling my dad it's easy to see which wife he actually loved when he complained about people trying to set him up after the death of his second wife. This is probably going to be a long one, so thank you to anyone who takes the time to read it all. My 29M dad has been married twice. His first wife was my mom, and they had me and my older brother 30M together. She died when we were 7 and 8 years old, respectively. I don't have a ton of clear memories of her, but the ones I do have are vivid and warm. She was a gentle person, someone who made everything feel safe like childhood should be. Her death was really hard on us. I remember feeling like the world broke apart, and then my dad just moved on. He was back on dates 5 months after her funeral. 5. As a kid, I didn't understand what grief was supposed to look like, but I remember how weird and wrong it felt seeing him dressed up to go out with women who weren't mom. There was even one who had dinner with us, who smiled at us like she belonged there. It was disorienting. A year and change later, he got married again. He married our stepmom, and they had 2 kids together. Our half-siblings, who are now 19F and 20M. I want to be clear here. I have nothing against them. They're good kids, and they've been through their own stuff now. And it's not like our stepmom was a wicked stepmother or anything. She was actually a nice person. But it always felt like we were outsiders in that family. Like my brother and I were the past, and this new family was the real one. The one he chose to build. Anyway, 2 years ago, our stepmom died after a long illness. It was rough for everyone. The whole family was shaken, understandably. But my dad, he shut down. He didn't go out. He didn't socialize. He didn't date. He still wears his wedding ring, keeps photos of her up in every room. And I get that. I do. Losing someone you love that much is world-altering. But then recently, some of his friends and family started gently nudging him, trying to set him up, trying to get him out there again. Nothing aggressive. Just the usual, you're still young enough, you deserve companionship type of thing. But my dad flipped out. He ranted about how cruel people were being, how insensitive, how no one understood what it was like to lose the love of his life. How dare anyone think he could just replace her? And I think something broke in my brother when he heard that. He just kind of lost it and said, "You didn't have that problem when our mom died," and walked out. Literally told our dad to go fuck himself on the way out. My dad acted like he'd been slapped. Like the idea that we might still carry pain over how quickly he moved on had never occurred to him. After that, he came to me. I think he thought I'd be the more reasonable one, the peacekeeper. He started venting about how disrespectful people were being, how our stepmom was barely cold in the ground, and they already wanted to throw him back into the dadding pool. And I snapped too. I told him it was incredibly easy to see which wife he actually loved, based on how he reacted to losing them. I told him that when mom died, he was dadding 5 months later, not even half a year. And now here he was, 2 years later, acting like dadding would be sacrilegious. I told him he was talking to the kids whose mom was so easy to move on from. The kids who had to watch him smile and laugh with a new woman a year after burying their mom. The kids who had to suck it up when he built a whole new family and left us to play second fiddle. I told him if he wanted sympathy, he should go to their kids, because their mom is the one he actually mourned like he lost something, not ours. He said it wasn't like that we were being unfair, that we were too young when mom died to understand his grief, and that we didn't know what he went through. He said people grieve in different ways, and just because he dated quickly doesn't mean he didn't love our mom. Maybe that's true, but I told him if he were in our shoes, if his dad had done what he did to us, he wouldn't be saying that. And no, I didn't apologize. I didn't say I didn't mean it, because I did. Every word. Now he's mad because both his older sons are treating him like the bad guy, and he says we have no right to judge his heart or his grief. He says we're cruel and self-righteous for bringing this up now while he's still grieving his second wife. So Reddit, AITA for telling my dad it's easy to see which wife he really loved.